My name is Fransica Brackin. Welcome for all who are new here. Welcome. And for those who checks, if you subscribe and go and subscribe, help supporting your channel. Okay, the word from the Lord today. Sometimes, like I say, sometimes He will speak different ways, right? So I asked Him today, and I was just sitting down, and I was just, I was reflecting on certain things, and something came up to me, and I was, I was reflecting on certain things, and certain things came up to me. And one of them I saw when the children of Israel, I was going through my Bible, and I saw when the children of Israel began to cry out for water that there was dry ground or wherever it is, and if the Lord bring them to leave them and everything. And the Lord began to tell me certain things, and He said sometimes the stones that you see in front of you, and which is the obstacles, the stumbling blocks, the stuff that you see in front of you, the hard situations that you see in front of you, it does not come to take you down because you're His one, but He said it comes because when you get baptized, He said when you were born into this world, you were born into sin and shaping iniquity. When you get baptized and you come and you get baptized, it's like you're born again. You come you come back like a child wanting to you come back like an adopted child to the Lord. And now you need to know who this God is. You need to know who this God is, like someone now enter you into their home. You need to know who this God is, what He likes, what He don't like. Like I tell you guys why I used to read up on Him often, because I want us to know the kind of person that the Lord is, what He like and what He don't like, and all these kind of things. And the Lord said, when He brought the children of Israel from Egypt and He led them through the wilderness, He said it was for a reason. He said, if you notice, when Jesus Christ come up out of the water, He was led by the Spirit of the Lord, not by the enemy, into the wilderness to be tested by the devil. And He said He led the children of Israel out of that. He said, because the wilderness is like a teaching place to my children so that they will know who I am. He said, so when you see certain things come about, and you see certain dragons, and you see certain situations that look hard and that look like you can't do this and you can't do that, He said, I on purposely bring those things so that I can show, so not you, not you in your own strength can show what you're capable of doing, so that He can show who He is to you, so that He can show Himself to you when He wants you to get to know Him and know His character and know His ways. So when you go out there and anyone tell you, okay, your God is this, just like the king of Assyria did with Hezekiah, the king of Assyria, when he came up to Hezekiah and said, oh, don't think your Lord, will save you when they were coming up against Israel. Don't think that He will save you, whoever it is, because I defeat this much nation and I defeat that much nation, and what make you think that your Lord's so powerful that will do it? So, and then Hezekiah began to worry, and he went to the Lord and decided to tell the Lord what Assyrian was saying. And He said, in these things, the Lord gave back Hezekiah a message to Assyria, and the Lord said, Hezekiah, go and tell the king of Assyria of your God's greatness. He said, some of you all, the Lord want to, before He give you all certain things, before He send you all certain places, He said He wants to give you a relationship with Him, so that you won't, when you face the Assyrians and when you face certain things that look like the appearance of death, that look like you're going to die, like look like everything you're going to fall apart, that look like you're going to lose it all, when you face those situations, you will be able to use God's track record based on everything that you have gone through and see Him bring you through. You can be able to use that, oh God and my Redeemer, to tell the enemy that this God, I know that you come up against many other people that were serving false God, but this God here is a living God because I've seen Him do X, Y, and Z. So He said out sometime when He led you all through some hard times and through some tough times, it's because He wants to show off Himself as Abba in your life. as provider, as El Shaddai God, as the God that provides, as the God of peace, as as mighty, as sovereign one, as the one who have your life and death in your hands. Sometimes He send you all through the wilderness period so that you can know that a rock can produce water for a child of the Most High God. Oh God and my Redeemer, that food can fall out of the sky for a child of the Most High God, so that you guys can see Him, His hand through everything, so that you can know that you're protected more than anyone, that you're protected, that you're highly covered when it comes to laws, when it comes to certain things, that you, oh God, when it comes to certain things, the Lord recovers certain things. You have an insurance, which is the Lord, that recovers things when you, oh God, when you lose it, so that you can be like Job and say, no, I've always heard about the Lord, but now I know, I've seen Him. Based on everything that I've gone through, I've seen Him. So sometimes some of you all, you're crying out and wherever it is, and the Lord is saying, allow Him to show Himself to be God. Allow Him to show His ways to you. Because you see, the thing is, when you're born again, you have to get to know the Lord. And you see, the greatest thing that you can get to know me is, oh God. Some of you all wouldn't know that the Lord, how faithful He is to you. You wouldn't know how faithful the Lord is to you until you go through some stuff and you still see the Lord. You still see that until He promised you something, and no matter what, He still keep His word. All that the enemy tried to do, He still keep His word. Sometimes you wouldn't even know His character, that He's loving. That He's loving. That He's loving. That He's kind, that He's so wonderful, that He overlooks sin, that He overlooks sins, and He overlooks certain things that may come up your way. You wouldn't even know that until you go through some stuff and you see the kind of person that the Lord is. Sometimes you wouldn't even know that. You wouldn't even know the kind of person He is. You wouldn't even know that He's loving, that He's kind, until you go through certain things. You wouldn't even know that when everyone else judge you when you fall and when you slip up and when you stumble and everything, the Lord don't judge. You wouldn't even know His characteristics if you go through some stuff. Sometimes it's just the Lord wants you to get to know Him, so He calls some stuff to happen so that you can know that He don't judge you, that He loves you beyond anything, even when you hate yourself and when you fumble and when you feel like giving up and when you say that is it, the Lord loves you regardless still. So something else I was looking at, and I saw Joshua, and when Joshua was, Joshua was chosen to be leader, to lead the children of Israel into the promised land. And the Lord began to show me the characteristics of a true leader. And He said, anyone can lead, anyone can go and when things is okay. He said, how do you really know a good leader? A good leader, a good person that can lead. He said, anyone can lead when everything is going good. But He said, it takes a great leader to lead still when everything is going bad. He said, because He showed me this, He said, oh, listen. He said, Francis, I want you to understand that everything that you go through, it's first, everything that you go through, the physical things that you go through, you don't lose because, or fall because, because you're weak and because of these physical things or whatever. You fall when you give up inside of here. This is when you're defeated. He said, if you look at certain persons, if you guys know football matches, and you guys know soccer matches, and you guys know these kind of games, right? He said, why is it that the underdogs, the ones that is being defeated all the time, and they're thinking, why it is that when they come into a good leader, a good coach, someone that is coaching them, and they get back their mind to realize the leader started to put up a mirror and show them of, oh God, show them who they truly are. He said, why is that you start to see they start to go, when they go back out, they're coming defeated and they're coming losing, but when they had an interpersonal talk, when they have, oh God and my Redeemer, the interpersonal inspiration, oh God and my Redeemer, with the leader, with the coach, with the person that is there, when they have a talk and get their mind back, why do you see, oh God and my Redeemer, a different outcome when they go back out there. He said, because, oh God and my Redeemer, the fight is first up here. And so a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. If you believe it's going to happen that way, it's going to happen that way. He said, that's how it's sure. He said, this is why he could not allow Moses to enter, to take them in, because, oh God, he said only two persons stand up. This was Caleb and Joshua, stand up on the Lord's side and spoke good and inspired the people and remember God's greatness. And remember God's greatness. He showed me something. I read as I was speaking, as I was listening to him, I was relating with him this word. She reminded me of something, a book that I read. It was something with the whole book of Daniel, the history of Daniel and everything. And they were showing about Caesar Augustus and how he come about, and the calendar, and Augusto was August, month of August was taken from Augusto, which was Augustus Caesar. I was reading all of that, and I was reading the rise and the fall of these leaders, right? But there was one in particular that stood out to me, and this one that stood out to me was Alexander. I believe that was his name. I don't have the book now, but the Lord just drew my memory of it. His name was Alexander. And why he stood out to me is because something happened. In that I saw his rise against all the other kings that fight and gain power and lose, or wherever it is, or got the power taken away, or wherever it is. I saw this one here conquered more nations than anyone else, and he was powerful, and he was a force to be reckoned with. And I began to look at the beginning of this person, this individual brought up to see. And I saw something. I saw one. His mother was a woman that always encouraged him and always reminded him that he had the bloodlines of the gods inside of him. Even if we don't believe in the gods, he had the bloodline of the gods inside of him, and how he's so powerful and how he's so strong and all these kind of things. And when he came out, oh God, this one here, when he went out there, oh God, because of everything that his mom taught him that was inside of his bloodline, when he stepped out there, he did not step out as one that did not know that, oh God, that he was great. So when he came out, oh God and my Redeemer, based on everything that the mom put inside of him, he overcame thing and overcame because of what he believed. And the Lord began to tell me this: if you do not know the greatness that is inside of you, you will start to fall to the ants that is in front of you. You will start to fall to the small things that is in front of you. This man overcame because why? Of his belief system. The Lord started to tell me this, and he says, not, oh God and my battles is not win on the outside, is not win with all the physical strength that he had, because we see with Daniel, not with Daniel, I love that name. We saw with David, oh God and my Redeemer, came up in front of Goliath, and Goliath had strength, Goliath had the advantage, and David was just this little, shepherd boy that come out, oh God and my Redeemer, from Jesse's house, and everything, and he didn't have, if you were to watch at that situation, you would not think that David had any chance to be able to even fight, that Goliath could just squish him. But why? Because David was feeding on the word of the Lord. That what, oh God, he spent time in the presence of the Lord. And when he spent time in the presence of the Lord, he remembered the Lord began to show him a mirror of himself, of who he was. And this is why he constantly was overcoming battles. This is why he constantly was defeating things. This is why, oh God and my Redeemer, when he stepped in front of Goliath, first and foremost, he stepped there because he knew that he have greatness on the inside, and it's not him that is doing the fight. Sometimes some of you all want to fight in your own strength and think that is you that is doing the fight. When the Lord says it's not you that, oh God, when you step in and think that it's you that is fighting, then you wouldn't even fight in the first place. You would be defeated before you even step in. But when you step in and you say, listen, this battle is not mine, but it's the Lord. It's not mine. It's not me that is fighting this battle, but it's the Lord. Because David come and say, how dare you dare oppose the army of the Lord. He did not come and say, how dare you oppose me, David, because I'm this. Oh God, he did not boast in his own strength, but he boasts in the strength of the living God over the things. And the Lord says, some of you all need to start to boast in the strength of the Lord when it comes to your circumstances that you're facing, and that looks so mighty and that looks so strong for you. Praise your mighty name, El Shaddai God. Praise your mighty name. He started to say, oh God. He revealed this to me and he said, listen, Francie. He said, listen. He said, listen. And I said, what? He said, some of the things that you all are going through. He said, at the ending of that book that I was studying with all the kings, the reign and the fall of all these different kings, how they started up, and how they take over and how they fall and everything. The majority of the stuff that I saw that take down these kings, and they were so great and they were so powerful, I saw alcohol take them down because they were too drunk to this, and I saw alcohol take them down. I saw bad trusting the wrong persons take them down, fake friends taking them down. Praise your name, God. I saw so much of different things. I saw sickness taking them down. I saw so much of different things take down these great kings that was reigning. And the Lord began to tell me this, and he said, Francine, you see the reason. Oh God, please listen, you guys, go back if you haven't checked out other videos, and these videos will confirm what the Lord has spoken to me today. He has taught us through me on this channel. He has used me to teach us as a whole about fake friend, about snakes, about alcohol, about certain things, about even how to take care of our bodies. You understand? Because the Lord, oh God, and I began, oh God, praise His name. Because these simple things, you will see great people, and why these little simple things take them down, because, oh God. So the Lord say, I first and foremost cause you to come up against these things so that you can know how to defeat them. Because sometimes it's not the weapon that the devil take you down, and some witchcraft and some thing that you think will take you down, but sometimes it's the little things that you have in self, the little things that you ain't know that can take you down. Is the little, God and my Redeemer. Sometimes it's being too trusting of someone that can take you down. Sometimes it's not knowing how to control yourself when it comes to what you put in your vessel that can take you down. Sometimes it's not knowing certain things that can take you down. It don't have to be, oh God and my Redeemer, it does not have to be an enemy, because you will think to yourself that, these great kings, and somebody come and some big weapon throw on them and they die. It wasn't that. When I look at the end of it, some of them die by regular sicknesses. Some of them die because they drink too much, and then this person take over. And some of them die because of fake friends come and betray them. And the Lord say, I'm teaching you guys some of the things that you guys go through when you trust somebody and they hurt you, and then you have to learn from that mistake. And then you go and you do this and you drink, and this happen. The Lord began to tell me, it's just Him teaching you, oh God and my Redeemer, making you wise. So these little things that you think is so small and whatever it is and trivial, that these little things can take down great giants that can take you down. So the Lord have you to come up against these things so that when He does put you there, these little things will not take you down. These little things will not take you down. Because I thought to myself, I said, when I read the book of the prophecies of Daniel, that is the name of the book, the prophecies of Daniel, I read the whole things, and they began to show me everything, and I read a book, and I don't know if it's in the same book, but I believe I read this book too, and it had in Alexander and Augusta and all of these people, and how the calendar come about. But I always saw a pattern in this, and I didn't know why the Lord led me to read these books, right? It was not it was, I think, a Jehovah's Witness person gave me this or something. I don't knock anyone religion, right? I like to learn from different religion. So when I read this book, I saw Alexander and I saw all of these people. But I saw at the ending the way how they died. And the Lord revealed to me now. He says sometimes it's not the big things that I take you down, it's because self-discipline. Some us don't want to discipline ourselves when it comes to our appetite. One, I'm not saying that, okay, then that means you're going to cut out all of wherever it is, but too much of one thing is not good either. You understand? But he say some of us don't want to discipline ourselves. Sickness come and take down. I watch it. I said, nah, man. This one trusts his best friend, and then the best friend backstab him and betray him and take over this and all these kind of things. And the Lord say he's wisening up his children. The Lord is wisening up you all. This should let you all know. If he's preparing you, if he's wisening you up your head and he's preparing you, it's because he have it in his heart to give you great things. But he want to wise you up. He want to teach you first before he give you it, because he don't want to give you. Remember, it says let me finish that sentence. He does not want to give you that and it destroy you. Remember, it says that the blessings of the Lord make it rich and he added no sorrow to it. And when he give us something, he does not want to give us it and it destroy us. So he first and foremost allow us, teach us some stuff before he give us it. So when he give us certain things, oh God, we can know how to handle the fake friends. We know how to move wisely. You understand? Praise your mighty name. Praise your name. I believe it's 3 lessons I give you all in there. First one was this is how you win. You don't win with all your strength. And the second one is, I don't know if I have them in order, but the second one is this: don't rely on your own strength to defeat it. When you see things bigger than you, it's because it's enter into the God realm. If it's bigger than you, then it has entered. As soon as it comes and it becomes bigger than you and you don't know how you're going to do it, then that means it enter into God problem. You are his own, and if you can't do it, then listen, both of you all are like this. Understand? The Holy Spirit is in you. Both of you all are like this, and the Lord say you shall supply all your needs. He said 1,000 cattle upon a hill belong to him. The earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. Remember, all of these things belong to him. He said no weapon that is formed against him shall prosper. He even remind me of Balaam. And he says, some of you all come out from Egypt, and it's because of your greatness. People see certain great things upon you, and you become great. And he said, oh, they are threatened by it. And because they are threatened by it now, they send this man, Balaam, to throw curses on you, even though you didn't do anything wrong. And he said, but listen, these things here, he just want to show you. He said, when Balaam started to throw curses, Balaam just started to remind the children of Israel of, oh God, that you're strong. I would have never known that I'm this strong if I did not face this situation. Thank you, Balaam. I would not have known that my God can do this. Thank you, Balaam. He says some of the things that the Balaam show upon you, it just show you your greatness. It just show you that you're that powerful, that you're that strong. So the Lord will allow them to happen because he wants to bless you with a mirror of who you are, of your greatness. He said when Balaam began to throw curses, it turned around. It was just blessings instead of cursing. He began to throw on the children of Israel. Go and read it. Go and read it, guys. Go and read it. Don't battle it in your own strength. And if it's bigger than you, then it's step into the Lord's. It's in the Lord's territory. And remember, so a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. If you think you're defeated, then you're defeated, and you're not defeated because you have Abba, you have our Father that is above. You have the King of Kings. You have oh God, whatever name you want to call him, we know who he is. You have him. Anyway, you guys, like I always say, right? Stay blessed, stay strong. Remember Yahshua, Jesus Christ, the King of Kings, loves you. And I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. My brother, my sister, stay blessed, stay strong. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. It really does support, and it really does. It supports me because it lets me know that, it just let me know that I'm helping, and I love, because the Lord put me on this channel. And sometimes I ask him why I have me doing this and all kind of thing, but it really supports and it really helps me out a lot. It encouraged me to come back on here to go into the spirit and to pull out these words to encourage you guys, right? So remember to like, share, and subscribe these messages, right? These messages, and check out the rest. Like I tell you all, check out the rest. You will see confirmation of what the Lord just to review with the alcohol and different things, right? You guys, I'm gonna say this last thing is not what you don't, what you know that is hurt you. Sometimes what you don't know that is hurt you, right? So be wise. Bye, guys.